Hello everyone, my name is Tayo. I'm a property consultant and a realtor, and today I want to share with you an information, a research that I did, and some things that I found out that I believe you will find very, very beneficial, and it has to do with land purchase or investing in land. So I was doing the research on there's this quote that says, find out where the people are going and buy the land before they get there. In other words, one of the ways by which you can make a lot of money from real estate is buying land in a particular area, before people start moving in there. Okay, so you buy once you begin to see signs that a particular community, a particular area is growing, you want to go there early. Or once you know that this place has potential, maybe there's something happening around there, and then you find that there is a particular area where land is still selling for an amount that's still a bit relatively low. You want to go there early and buy before people get there, because once people get there, of course, the price will start to skyrocket. So I was doing a research on Lagos State population, and I just found out a few things. As of 2006, the population of Lagos State was 9.1 million. 9.1 million, 2006. That was 16 years ago. Now, when I checked online, this data is from the Lagos State government. As of 2018, the population of Lagos is estimated to be 23 million. That is more than times 3 of what it was in 2006. You begin to wonder why over the last few years there are areas that you never heard of, or areas that you thought nothing is going on there, and then suddenly you hear that the old place is opened up, people are buying land, people are building, cost of land has gone up significantly. One of the major factors, among other things, is this population growth. As the population continues to grow, people will continue to move from one place to the other. People will continue to look for economic opportunities, and then they look for areas that are opening up, areas that are getting industrialized, and people want to start moving massively to these areas. People start buying land in these areas. People start looking for houses to rent in these areas. So this creates an opportunity for everyone. Opportunities for individuals to buy land at a low price and sell when the price goes up. Opportunity for developers to build house and sell to people. Opportunities for individuals to build houses and let out to other people. So there are lots and lots of opportunities because of this particular factor of population growth. So 2006, 9.1 million, 2018, 23 million. It has jumped by more than 300%. Now, I also found that we are growing at a rate of about 3.5% every year. So every year in Lagos State, averagely, we are growing by 3.5%. So I did an estimate like, okay, let's look at 10 years from now, which is 2032. What is the likely population of Lagos State? Now, so at the growth rate of 3.5% per year, from 2018 to 2032, we have 14 years. Okay, so if you estimate it, 3.5% per year times 14, if you estimate that added to 23 million, we have about 35 million. Okay, so at a growth rate of 3.5% per year, with the population of 23 million as at 2018, by 2032, which is 10 years from now, the population of Lagos State should be around 35 million. 35 million. Now that tells you something. All these people, where are they going to stay? Where are they going to be? So the point I want to make here is this, okay? As the population grows, demand for land increases because people want to buy land, people want to build houses, okay? And remember that land is a fixed asset. Land is fixed. I know that there are places where people do reclamation. They go to a water body, and fill it up but you see, you gotta understand that reclaimed lands are very, very expensive lands. So wealthy people are the ones who can actually afford it. So I'm not talking about reclaimed lands. I'm talking about normal lands. I'm talking about places like Ikorodu, places like Ekpe, places like these places are just are places that people have not been paying attention to. But looking at how our population is growing, we need to start paying a lot of attention to these areas. Okay, so you might think that, okay, maybe Ekpe is a little bit far. There's nothing in Ekpe. In the next 10 years, it is not going to be what it is now. I remember when I first came to Ajah, the first time I came to Ajah was in 1998. I think we came to the beach, I think somewhere around Atikan Beach. I can't even remember whether it was actually Atikan Beach, but it was that same area that we went to. So it was just a day's visit, and then I came back again in 2009. Between 2009 and now, if you've lived in this area between 2009 and now, you will know that there has been a lot of changes in terms of infrastructure, in terms of population growth, in terms of economic activities, in terms of migration from other parts of Lagos, and outside of Lagos into this axis. I remember back then, once you pass Shongotedo, going further, there's almost nothing like traffic. Now that there's traffic virtually everywhere. Lakwe, there's traffic. Aoya, there's traffic. Back in the days, once you get past Shongotedo, there's almost nothing. Okay, when you get Aoya, back then, you'll be like, Aoya, that's too far. I'm not going there. If you want to buy a land in Aoya now, you don't have 8 million, 10 million, for a 600 square meter plot, for a titled land, it's not going to happen. But 10 years ago, this was not the case. 10 years ago, you could get land. I think my friend bought land in Ekpe, I think about 5 years ago, for about 150,000. In that same area today in Ekpe, land is being sold for as high as 2-3 million naira. This was only 5 years ago, 2016, 2017. In another 10 years from now, all of the places where today you hear 700,000, 800,000, 1 million, you'll be hearing 8 million, 10 million, 15 million. All right. So the point I'm trying to make here is this, okay? As population grows, as economic activities, as a particular area begins to boom, as it were. For example, if you look at the Lekki Free Trade Zone area, which the government is planning to make an industrialized area, so you have the Lekki Free Trade Zone, you have the seaport, and so many other things that the government is planning for that area. So that area is going to be heavily industrialized. So you're going to have people moving to that area and the surrounding neighborhood, okay, to do business, to explore the opportunities there. You're going to have people coming in, because of course people are going to start building houses. So you're going to have suppliers, you're going to have people who are into building, handymen. So many people are going to start moving to this area. We're going to start having banks, schools, so many things are going to start happening around here. There are so many estates that are coming up. So all of these things, adds up to why the cost of land will continue to go up. And of course, anybody who's able to buy and invest early will be able to make a lot of profit, will be able to make a lot of return. So the point, what I want to do with this video is to try to make a case for seemingly not too expensive lands. There are people, maybe you're trying to save up for land in maybe place like Songotedo, Bogije, Songotedo, Abijo, and so on and so forth. And that's not a bad thing, okay? But even as you're saving for land in these areas, you may also want to consider investing in some of these areas that are still growing, okay? There's nothing wrong if you maybe buy a few plots in Ekpe and just keep. And remember also that you have to, give it time. Real estate works with not just buying the land. You also have to give your investment time to be able to grow. You have to give your investment time to be able to grow. So this is extremely important. So do not say that Ikorodu, for example, say Ikorodu is far. No. I tell you what, as long as the land has a good title, okay, as long as the land is here in this Lagos state, okay, the value will go up. It's only a matter of time. So of course you also have to understand that, have that at the back of your mind. Okay, there are lands that you want to buy, okay, and sell within a year or two, and you will make good profit. And there are those that you want to buy and live for 5 to 10 years. Okay, so if you are buying land in a place like Ekpe now that is growing, there are locations in Ekpe today where you know that you can buy and actually start building almost immediately. Okay, there's a school called Poka Ekpe. There's an estate around there. That estate you can actually buy there and start building immediately because it's very accessible. The whole place is accessible. It's open. But that is selling for about 3.5 million naira. But if you go a little bit further down in the same Ekpe, you find places where land is selling for 700,000, 800,000. Some of these places you may want to buy and keep for a longer period of time. The value will go up, of course. I mean, if it's selling for 750 this year, by next year it's not going to sell for the same 750. Okay, we have a place in Bogije. Of course, Bogije, you hear prices like 10 million. There are places in Bogije today where land is selling for as high as 25 million. But if you go a little bit further inside, we have places where you can still get land for 5 million. So you can buy that and keep it for a while. It's only a matter of time. That land of 5 million naira is going to sell for 10 million. It's going to sell for 15 million. It's going to sell for 20 million. How much was land in Abidjan GRA just a few years back? 5 million, 6.5 million. Today, we're talking about 20 million. 25 million, 30 million. Same thing for Ibrahim Adesoya Agomba Road. Some years back, 5 million, 8 million. Today, we're talking about as high as 40 million. Of course, in all of these areas, there are still places where you can still get land for maybe 10 million. Okay, but there are lands where you buy and you have to wait for a little bit, give it a little bit of time. Either for the value, of course, the value will go up. But if you're thinking of maybe using such a land and building, of course you have to give it a little bit of time for infrastructure to be put in place and things like that. But if you want to buy a ready place where you can buy and start building immediately, you got to up your budget. Okay, so don't forget, do not look at some of these far places and say, oh, that place is far. The population of Lagos is growing. As the population grows, the value, there's going to continue to be high demand for land because land is fixed, and land in these areas will continue to go up. Okay, so this is an opportunity for you to buy low, and then in the near future you sell high. Okay, there are people, what they do is they just buy every year. Of course we have different income and different commitments here and there. But there's a way some people do it, like they plan every year, maybe towards December, they just buy land somewhere and they just keep doing that. If you continue to do that, for example, and you do that consistently for the next 5 to 10 years, you just sit down one day and then you put together all my lands, look at the value, you just realize that all the lands you have is worth several tens of millions, maybe 50 million or even 100 million. But these things takes commitment, it takes determination, it takes some level of discipline. And I'm here. If you need to, you want to know where you can find these kind of lands, you want to have a conversation on opportunities in the market and so on and so forth, you can reach out to me. You can call me on the phone. I'm always available. You want to inspect some of these properties, I'm always available. So thank you very much for watching this video. I just thought I should share that with you guys. Of course there are so many other reasons, but I just thought I should share that one. The population will continue to grow, and as it continues to grow, the value of land will continue to grow, and as a result, you should not despise all this so-called, you think Ekpe is, just wait and see what's going to happen in Ekpe. Ibejuleki, just wait and see what's going to happen. So if you find land in any of these places that you can afford, 700,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3.5, 5 million, anyone that you can afford, secure it now, and you will be glad you did in the future. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.